In this video, I'm going to run through the process of getting a CodeIgniter site up and running locally, and I'm going to be using Laravel Herd as my local development environment. Now, Laravel Herd is by the creators of Laravel, which is a different framework than CodeIgniter, but it includes all the utilities you need to run basically any sort of PHP application. And it comes with all of the essentials we need to run CodeIgniter, from an Apache web server to PHP, as well as all of the other extra little PHP modules we're going to need and some tools like Composer. It's all built in, so it's a really simple, easy way to get up and running with CodeIgniter. Now, one downside of Laravel Herd, if you compare it to other local server providers like, say, XAMPP, is it doesn't have a database system built in unless you pay for the Pro version. So you could pay for that, get the database, but alternatively, I recommend DBngin, pairing this with Laravel Herd. This is a free program, makes it very easy to get set up with the MySQL database. So knowing all that, let's jump right in, set up our CodeIgniter site using Laravel Herd. The first thing you want to do is download the Herd program and then install it just like you would any other program on your computer. And then once it's installed, you should see the H icon up in your menu bar. Now, before we dig into Herd itself, I recommend opening up your command line program. And we just want to make sure that programs like PHP and Composer, which is PHP's dependency management program, we want to make sure that our computer is using the version of those programs that came with Herd. And the way we can tell that is if we run the command which PHP, we could see it's pointing to an install of PHP within our Herd directory within our computer's library. That's what we want to see here. Same thing, if we do which Composer, it should also point to that Herd directory. Now, the reason we want to do this is because sometimes we might have other installs of PHP or even Composer already on our computer, and we could run into problems when it comes to working with our applications if those different versions of PHP and Composer are being used. Specifically, it might be an older version of PHP or an install of PHP that doesn't have the modules we need. So long story short, we just want to make sure that our command line utilities are using the utilities that came with Herd. And in my case, you can see that we're good to go with that. Now, if you see something else, if it's pointing to some other directory that doesn't reference Herd, you have to go in and edit your path settings to make sure that it is pointing to the install of Herd. And that's a whole other topic. If you need advice on that, you can leave a comment below or drop me an email. So with that check behind us, let's dig into setting up our application. And the first thing we need to figure out is where to set up this application so that Herd will recognize it. And the location for that, if we go to the H icon and down to Settings, under General, we'll see Herd Paths. These are directories on your computer where Herd is going to be listening or looking for new site folders. And if you add a new site folder there, it will automatically set up that site for you. It'll create a local testing domain. You can access that site. So understanding that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this Herd directory that was created in my home directory. That's where I'm going to initialize my CodeIgniter site. So I'm already in my home directory, but if I wasn't, to get to it, I could just do change directory / /. That's just a shortcut for our home directory. And then following that, we would say Herd. And then now that I'm in this directory, I'm ready to initialize my new CodeIgniter application. To do that, just jumping over to the CodeIgniter site, I'm going to go into the documentation, and under Composer installation, if we scroll down a little bit, we've got a Composer command we could use to initialize a new CodeIgniter application. So let's just copy that. And I'm just going to edit it. So at the very end, instead of project root, we want to come up with a name for the application. I'm just going to call mine example. And with that step complete, I'm going to run a list command to look at my directory contents. And I should see a new directory called example. I'm going to move into that directory. And if we look at the contents here, we should see the basic infrastructure for a CodeIgniter application. And at this point, if you wanted, you could open up this directory in your code editor. I'm using VS Code, so I have the code shortcut accessible via command line. So I'm just going to say code./ to open this current directory in my VS Code window. All right, and there I can see the same files here. And we'll come back to this in a moment to make a configuration change. But we just want to see if we can load this application now that we've installed it. And the way we're going to do that is if we go back to the Herd icon and sites, we're going to see a list of sites that Herd sets up for us automatically. And remember, the way it does this is it just is looking for new projects or directories to be added to one of those Herd paths. So skimming through here, I can see it's already recognized my new example application. So it created a nice .test domain I'm going to be able to access this via. If you don't see your new application right away, you can click the refresh button just to have it recheck those paths. And then it should pick it up, and then we can click the URL and load it directly in the browser. And excellent, that's the welcome splash page for a new CodeIgniter application. So with that set up, let's switch gears and talk about getting a database system set up for this application. As I mentioned earlier, I recommend DBngin. So if you go to dbngin.com, you could download this program. I've already got it downloaded, so I'm just going to open it up. All right, here's the interface, and what we want to do is we want to create a new database service. So I'm going to click the little plus icon. For service type, I'm just going to go with a MySQL database. I'll give this a name. I'll just call it example as well. And then I can leave everything else as the defaults and say create. With that service created, let's start it up. And we can see it's running by the little green circle. And then once it's running, I'm going to click this arrow and choose the option to open up this database service in TablePlus. I want to pause the video here with a quick edit to note that you do need to download the TablePlus program in order for this step to work. I wrongfully assumed when recording this video that it came with DBngin by default. It does not. So you could just go to tableplus.com and download it for free. They do have a premium paid for version that they'll try to get you to upgrade to, but you don't have to do that. The free version is sufficient for what we need to do in basic database management. So go ahead and download it. Then you should be able to open up your database service in TablePlus as I'm about to show. And what we're going to do in here is just create a new database for our CodeIgniter application to interact with. So click the little database icon up top, then click New, and come up with a name for your database. And once again, I'm just going to call it example. And then we're going to click OK. And we could just confirm in the output here, you could see that it actually created that database. And if we go back to the database icon, we can see that it's listed there. So with that set up, let's go back to our code base for this application. And we want to go into app and config, and then find the database config file. Within here, under our default database config settings, the first thing I'm going to change is the host name. I'm going to change it to the IP address of 127.0.0.1. That's just the local IP address that our DBngin database service is running on. For username, the default username is just going to be root, and then the password we're going to leave blank. For database, we want to fill in the name of the database we created. In my case, that was example. And then we can leave everything else as the defaults, and then we're going to save the changes to that file. Now to test that the changes that I just made are working, I'm going to go over to command line, and within my project, so I'm still an example, I'm going to run a command php spark migrate. Spark is a command line tool that comes with every CodeIgniter application, gives you lots of utilities for interacting with your application. Here I'm running the migrate command, which migrations in the CodeIgniter context are a way to build database tables. So if I can run this command and it runs without error, that tells me that my application is able to successfully connect to the database I created. So let's see if that's the case. And perfect, you can see it ran all migrations, which I don't currently have any. I haven't created any yet, but just the fact that this ran without any errors tells me it was able to successfully communicate with that database. And with that, that completes the setup of your CodeIgniter application running with Laravel Herd and DBngin. And at this point, you would be ready to hit the ground running and start customizing and building your application.